Welcome aboard Discovery Princess. Come along as I review this 4-day repositioning cruise from Los Angeles to Vancouver.
The cruise departed from the San Pedro terminal at the port of Los Angeles, which is 2 hours away from where I live. We looked into different transportation options, including train, taxi, or driving, but since it's a one-way, renting a car ended up being the simplest and most straightforward. Embarkation was smooth. We arrived around 1 p.m. when most people were already on board, and from luggage drop-off to boarding, it took under 15 minutes. Since we received our medallions by mail and checked in on the app, we get to skip the check-in line. I'll get back on the medallion technology later. The Discovery Princess was launched in 2022, so that makes it one of Princess's newest ships. This particular cruise was not full at all. It had about 1,000 fewer passengers than its full capacity. Like on other Princess ships, everything is built around the piazza. That's where live music and entertainment takes place. That means that other restaurants and bars around can get really loud and compete for noise. Apart from the piazza, there's also entertainment taking place in Princess Live. That's where you'll find activities such as trivia and informative shows like those about the ship or diamonds or anything. The Vista Lounge hosts similar activities, plus the bingo and the nightclub later at night. The Princess Theater is where bigger productions take place. I'll come back to the entertainment section later in the video. It was also our muster station, and I'm not sure why, but this time we had to do a full safety drill in addition to watching a video on our phone. In addition to the regular casino, this ship also has a non-smoking bar area with slot machines that's called Take 5. It's also much quieter, so I think it's a good little hidden gem. On the upper levels now, outside, there are 2 large pools in the middle of the ship, plus a few hot tubs. It was windy and chilly when we were on board, so that area was not too busy, but it's good to know that the pools were heated and there were movies projected on the big screen pretty much all day, so that was still a nice spot. One thing I appreciate about Princess is that they don't keep track of towels, so you can just grab one whenever you need and not worry about it. The back of the ship has an infinity pool with great views. There's also an adult-only area called the Retreat that has a heated pool and 2 hot tubs. We booked this cruise at the last minute and we were able to get a great price, so we decided to try a mini suite cabin this time. One of the great things with the medallion technology is that the door pretty much always unlocked automatically just as we approached it. This room was quite spacious. It felt more like a small hotel room than a cruise ship cabin. Our balcony was pretty small, but there was enough room to sit outside, have a coffee, and just enjoy the ocean view. One awkward thing is we could totally see the neighbors below, so I guess having a smaller balcony comes with advantages of not having other people look into your space. The bathroom was a great upgrade from other cabins, and I really appreciate the extra space, especially in the bathtub/shower. Just being able to turn around while taking a shower was a great plus.
We have some shampoo here. Yeah. Nice shower head.
Even though the ship was built recently, its power plug situation was a little bit outdated, I would say. There were many regular power plugs, although half of them were European, so don't forget your adapters. But none of them were by the bed except for a single USB plug on each side. There was also a mini fridge where you could keep your drinks and bottles of water. We always like to keep a few bottles of water in the room just in case we need it during the night or in the morning. You can access a lot of information on the TV that's also available on the app if you prefer, like restaurant menus and onboard activities. There was also a large selection of movies, TV shows, and a few live TV channels. I don't want to be nitpicky, but for a ship this recent, it seemed quite used.
What is this? You know, new ship. All those, like, whatever, stains.
You got the
And obviously, the gum. Ugh.
The food on board was generally very good. As on all cruise ships, there were many dining options available. The main buffet had a very extensive variety of food, so much that I sometimes got lost trying to find a specific food I wanted. The quality was high, and I particularly enjoyed their South Asian options. Three main dining rooms on board, and we decided to go with the reserved time dining option, which takes place in the Juneau restaurant. The food was classic and met my expectations. It's basically what you get in any good cruise ship main dining room. The Ketchikan dining room was where you could go to have breakfast or lunch. It's also where you could go reserve a table 20 minutes in advance if you wanted. There's also the Skagway dining room, which we did not try, but it offers the same food and you can just walk in whenever you want. The food at the breakfast restaurant was not really different than at the breakfast buffet, including the pastries.
Grocery store croissant. No. Okay.
There were also two casual dining restaurants, which means they do charge a fee to eat there. Packages included some visits, depending on the package you have. We tried them both. Gigi's Pizzeria was a little bit disappointing. The food quality was similar to your neighborhood pizza place. Staff was also confused, and it took them forever to serve us, even though there were not that many patrons. It seemed to me like they had literally just started working there, like this was their first day. The other casual dining place was O'Malley's Irish Pub, which is also a bar like its name suggests. The place was packed, but we managed to get a table after a very long wait. It has more pub-like food. My main dish was good, but there was a mishap with the dessert that seemed to have been drying on the counter for hours. To be fair, that was not representative of the overall food quality on board, but it made us laugh a lot. We didn't visit any of the specialty restaurants this time. The International Cafe is a 24-hour sandwich and dessert place. Even though the food was good, I think it lacked variety. I had better options ordering through the app to my room. There was also a burger place and a pizza place by the pool, but I found those were subpar. Everything on board is built around the medallion technology. That's a quarter-sized chip that replaces the traditional card key and does a lot more. We were able to receive ours by mail a few days before boarding. We also bought watch-like wristbands to wear them instead of using the lanyard that comes with them. Many accessories are sold on the ship, and you can also find a variety of accessories to buy online. The main advantage of this technology is that it's also a wireless tracker. Like I mentioned before, even just approaching your stateroom is enough to unlock the door sometimes. Likewise, when you order at a bar, your photo appears on the server screen and they can recognize you immediately. Before you can even speak, they welcome you by your name. I think many of the crew members on this trip were literally on their first week of work and they were not familiar with the system yet, so I had to roll my eyes a few times when they asked me for my room number, even though I could see my face and the room number pop up on their screen. Our Plus package came with internet, which is a big plus for me who likes staying connected to social media. Here's a speed test I did around 2 p.m. The speed could vary a lot from 1 minute to another, but I was able to have a FaceTime conversation with my family at some point, and I was able to check social media, though sometimes it took a few attempts. The Plus package also came with another great feature in my opinion, which is Ocean Now. That's basically a room service that delivers to you anywhere on the ship where you are, and that can also track you if you move around. We used Ocean Now multiple times during the trip. The delay to get delivery was a little bit long, I think, at around 30 to 40 minutes each time. But maybe it's intentional, they just want you to go get that drink on your own. Here's an example of me ordering on the app. The app in general was useful, but I think it still needs some improvement. I didn't like how it always took a few seconds to launch, and damn, if I try to open it in an area without Wi-Fi like an elevator, then I would be logged out immediately. The options were also a little bit confusing to find, but I think overall it's a good app. Unfortunately, in this example, my order was never delivered. It's the only time it happened on the cruise. I gave up after an hour and I moved to another location and it was marked as delivered even if it never showed up. Had it not been complimentary, I would have been quite upset. I thought I might get bored being on ship for 4 days, but in the end there was enough stuff to do to keep me busy. The big productions on this cruise started with a magician on the first night, and I found him entertaining. The second night, we saw an Elvis impersonator, which I think was geared more toward an older crowd. There was also a comedian show that was added at the last minute, but we didn't go to see him, and also a Latin music and dance show, but we didn't go because we had already seen it before. There was a variety of activities during the day like the classic Deal or No Deal and trivia games. There were dance lessons in the piazza. There was also a lot of live music in the venues around the piazza. There was also a nightclub that would start getting busy around midnight every night. Disembarkation was easy. We had to fill a form for Canadian Customs that we handed out when we left the ship. As usual, we chose to carry our luggage on our own. The ship docked right in the middle of downtown Vancouver. The SkyTrain station is just a short walk away, and you can get to the airport really easily from there.
Overall, I really enjoyed this cruise. The buffet was one of the highlights. The food was delicious and there was a lot of variety. I really like the room layout, especially if you're spending more time at sea. I think it makes sense to have a larger room. There were plenty of activities. I never felt bored. So overall, I think it's a great option for a 4-day getaway if you're just looking to unwind, relax, recharge, and enjoy being at sea. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe. Until then, happy traveling.